All right, for more reaction to this developing story, we're joined now by Republican Congressman from Tennessee and member of the House Oversight Committee, Tim Burchett. Congressman, thank you for taking time. Quickly, let's get your reaction to what we are all waking up to and seeing on our televisions today.
Well, this is 100% being pulled off by Iran. We freed up the Biden administration, unfortunately, freed up about $6 billion and virtually green-lighted their nuclear attempts. I think we better be very cautious about what's going on. We need to be totally in support of Israel and Benjamin Netanyahu. And I think we're going to get ready to see how Israel will defend itself, and they will do a very good job at that.
Hey, Congressman, it's already been talked about, the reaction from Washington. We now, in the light of what we're watching in Israel, it underscores the national security concerns with the legislative branch essentially paralyzed without a House Speaker for a prolonged time. You played a part of ousting Kevin McCarthy as Speaker. Are you okay with that?
Yes, sir. We followed the rules, and those rules were even voted on by Kevin McCarthy. We still have the executive branch, which feels free to put money where it needs to be. And I don't think that, do you honestly think we're going to run down to Washington this weekend and pass legislation and take care of something in Israel? It's already in place. I think that's just muddy in the waters, and I don't think that's very accurate in the assumption, not throwing any cold water on you, but that is not even in the realm of reality.
Listen, I appreciate the conversation, but to push back on that, you effectively have the legislative branch of government paralyzed because you don't have a House Speaker. You're not going to have one for a prolonged period of time, and that no bills can come to the floor. And in light of what is clearly an escalating Middle East crisis, I would think, and correct me if I'm wrong, we should have all branches of our government functioning at 100%. In this case, with the House, it's the only one controlled by Republicans.
Yes, sir. Well, as you know, the Senate is not meeting this weekend either. And by Wednesday, we'll be united around a speaker. And this will just be something in our rearview mirror. I can assure you of that, because the Republican Party and Congress will be united in our support of Israel. So that doesn't bother me one bit. I think we'll be in good shape. Like I said, Senate is not meeting this weekend either, and it, and nothing moves through the legislative process. It moves like a glacier. So I think we're going to be okay. And we've also already funded Israel, I believe around $3 billion, and so right. I believe they're going to be okay.
Well, and I appreciate your point on the funding, and Israel does not ask the U.S. for much more than support. We obviously do not send troops of that like. But just in the last 30 seconds, it's unclear that Patrick McHenry, the pro tem, will even be briefed. And while you say there's no meeting this weekend, there's clearly going to be briefings on what's happening, because this appears, by all accounts, to be an unbelievable failure of intelligence to not have seen this coming. Your thoughts, if you have any insight on whether Patrick McHenry, the pro tem, can be briefed on a matter like this? And are you concerned that there was a failure of intelligence here?
I'm not that concerned. That's Israel's business. They generally take care of their own, and I can assure you they're going to take care of this. And I'm not sure what Patrick McHenry's role would be, even if he was Speaker in this. We're going to issue our condemnation of these terrorist thugs? Well, obviously we will. But anything that happens will be, it would take, it's going to take a week anyway. And by Wednesday, we'll have a Speaker, and again, we'll be back in business.
A last question with the 10 seconds I've got, Congressman. Have you announced who you will support for Speaker?
I'm just not supporting myself. Being one of the 8, I believe, when you endorse, all you do is pick up enemies, not friends, just like a debate. You bring your side, I bring my side, and we both leave thinking we won. So I don't think that's going to do any good at all. I've talked to the candidates, and I will make that decision this week.
All right, Congressman Tim Burchett, thank you for taking time, and thank you for your insight, sir.
I'm Steve Doocy.
I'm Brian Kilmeade.
And I'm Ainsley Earhart. And click here to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page to catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis.